How about now? Are we live? All right, we're live. Sorry for my newbie on the live stream. Sorry about that. We are now live. I apologize for that. I had to hit the go live button. I had it scheduled, but I had to actually hit the go live button and I didn't do that. So make a mental note, go live. How's everybody today? Sorry I missed you. If you were, there we go. Give me some likes. Give me some chats. Yeah. You got any questions? Hit me with them. Anyway, we're talking about gold and silver. I was talking a lot and I wasn't live. So I got some practice. Anyway, thanks for being on the live stream. Every Wednesday, 2 o'clock Central, 3 Eastern. We're going to do these every Wednesday, and we start today. And I have to make a note to make sure I hit the go live button when I schedule these. So my apologies. Hit me in the chat. Let me know you're here. Can you hear me and can you see me? Give me a little feedback if you would. So I appreciate you guys being here. Channel's grown a lot. Been getting a lot of subscribers. You guys like the gold silver stuff. I'm not going to abandon the gold silver. I'm going to keep that going. I appreciate all my new subscribers. If you don't know who I am, I'm Gen X Guy. I started this channel back in September 9th to be exact, and that's the same day as my anniversary with my lovely wife. And I told her that the other day. I said I started this live stream on September 9th. She's like, on our, the channel. She says, on our anniversary? I said, yeah, on our anniversary. And she's like, I don't remember that. I'm like, yeah, I just kind of midday, I went for a walk and just started recording. So, but anyway, I appreciate you guys being here. Let me know in the chat. Yep, I got some feedback here. That's good. Appreciate it. Anyway, let's pull this up here and we'll go back to where I started. So let's look at silver. So we're looking at silver here on the daily. We hit a high of 117, almost 118. I'm going to switch this to the hourly. That's a beautiful chart right there. I mean, look at that. Wow. Amazing. And look, what's crazy is on the, we've been in, this is Lux Algo, by the way, these indicators. If you guys don't use TradingView, I highly recommend it. If you're new to investing, you don't know what TradingView is, definitely go get TradingView. And then you can also purchase Lux Algo. That's Luxalgo, Lux Algo. It's a great tool, and it gives you these indicators. And so look, all the way back November the 12th, we've been in this strong up on the daily. That's amazing. So let's check out gold while we're at it. Now gold hasn't been on the, so this is, when it has an up arrow and a plus and it's green, that means it's strong bull. This means bear. This means bear. This means strong bull. This means strong bear right here. But this is a great tool. So if you're on a shorter time frame for like gold as an example, you can see that we kind of started hitting this momentum here on the yesterday. We turned strong bull. And so let's go look at silver. So silver's kind of been chopping along, though we did get this here yesterday at about 1 o'clock. We got a strong bull. So yeah. So what's going to happen with silver and gold? That's a question that I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to want to know. What do I think is going to happen? Well, I would like to think that it's going to go up and to the right forever. But I'm going to tell you right now that I think it's going to keep going up, but I would be careful. When you get to these levels of euphoric and you start seeing stuff everywhere and the media starts talking about it nonstop, you better be careful. Now, I say that not for the physical holders. I'll say this for the paper, the people who trade gold and silver on and ETFs on the stock market. If you're a physical holder of gold, silver, palladium, copper, platinum, whatever, if you're holding those metals physical, this doesn't really apply to you. I mean, okay, let's back up for a second. If you are investing in physical metals, and I saw this, and maybe I can pull it up here. Let me see if I can find it. There's a guy out here I follow, and he's talking about how he bought 1,000 ounces of silver, and he couldn't get rid of it. He's been trying to get rid of it, and it's below spot. Nobody will take it, and it's 30% undervalue what the market is, and the dealers won't take it, and the shops, he's trying to get rid of it. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm reading this, and I'm going, why are you even, this doesn't even make any sense. Why are you buying physical? This is a digital guy now. He's into the digital stuff. Yeah, it's this guy right here. So let's look at this. He says that unpopular opinion, most silver stackers aren't investors. They're doomsday preppers with a buy button and no exit plan. But when the dollar collapses, brother, if the dollar collapses, nobody's trading you groceries for your shiny rectangles. They're taking them. Well, first of all, they're not taking my metals. Good luck trying to do that. Number two, this is a digital guy that is living in the digital world and trying the stoic trader guy. And he's trying to take the digital world that we're in and with investing and trying to jam it into a physical asset metal. This doesn't matter. It just doesn't match up. I don't buy physical metals, gold and silver, to trade them. I'm not looking for an exit plan. As a matter of fact, I'm definitely not looking for an exit plan, because if I have to use it for an exit plan, SHTF has happened. And so when I invest in physical metals, I'm doing it over the long haul. Okay, I'm doing it to pass on to my kids, the grandkids, to have these assets. They'll be forever. And I'm not investing in it to see how quick I can flip it or nanosecond trade it. If you're going to do that, just stay in the paper market. There's ETFs out there. You can go and invest in silver and gold and do it that way. And then that brings up another question too. If you're going to do that, and even this guy right here, this doesn't make any sense. Why would you sell this stuff? What are you selling it to? You're selling to fiat. You're selling to United States dollars. Well, why do you want to do that? The whole point of this stuff going up is because of the currency debasement, right? Is because they were losing faith in the dollar. So let's go over here and look at the Dixie, the DXY, which is this chart right here. The dollar is tanking. Look at this. It just keeps going down. So you're going to trade your physical gold and silver, or even if it's paper, you're going to trade it into US dollars? Now, if you're going to trade it into US dollars and go and invest in something else that you believe has a much higher upside, okay, that's fine. Or if you're going to sell off some profits, so say 10% of your paper silver or your paper gold, you're going to sell that, okay, and take profits, so 5%, 10%. Okay, and then you're waiting for a dip for that asset to come back down and then buy some more. That's smart, because you're in accumulation mode then. So you ride it up. Let's say you ride something up. Let's just say it's $100. You ride it up. Say you bought it at 50 and it gets to 100, right? And then you sell 10% of that, so that would be $10,000 worth, right? So now you're back to fiat, $10,000. You still have $90,000 worth of the asset, silver, gold, whatever it is. And we can just use silver because it was just at $100. Let's use that. So say you bought silver at 50, you wrote it up to 100, and then you think, I'm going to take a little profit here because I don't know what's going to happen. So you sell off 10% of it, that's $10,000, and then silver goes down to 80, to 75. You dollar cost average in, and because over time, long term, it's going to go up. Now, then you say, well, that's great, Gen X guy, but what happens if you sell off 10%, you're at 100, and it goes up to 110, and you just sold off? It's life. It's the way it goes. But nobody ever got hurt taking profits, right? So it's not a bad thing to take profits because you still have 90% of your stack is still in the game, but you took profits. Now you have dry powder, as they call it. You have ammo to be able to go back in the market and buy some more. Okay. The other way, if you're looking to trade silver to gold with the GSR, the gold silver ratio, which by the way is in the 40s now and falling. I need to get a chart on the gold silver ratio. I'm sure in TradingView they may have it here. Let's see. Let's actually see if I can find it. Add a symbol. Looky here. We found it. So let's move this up. The gold silver ratio. I'm going to get this up to the top. There's probably a quicker way to do this, but I should have added it up here. All right. Gold silver ratio right there. We're at 46.47. So what does that mean? That means it takes 46.479 ounces of silver to get 1 ounce of gold. And that has been falling for a while now. Look at this chart's in days. So pretty much since this time right here, which was in April of last year, it's been going down, and it's really been going down. Why? Because silver is gaining momentum on gold. That's what's happening right there. Okay? And you want to watch this. Now, my brother-in-law, it was about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, within the month, he took some of his silver. He's got a ton of silver. He took some of his silver and he traded it up for gold. In which I like that play. Assuming that you can get a good value for your trade on your silver going out the door and your gold coming in the door. And if you go to a reputable shop or dealer that values your business, then it can work out for you. But usually they got to make money too, right? So they're going to be making a little bit off the transaction. But if you've got a pile of hundreds of thousands of ounces of silver, it makes sense to take that weight and convert it up into gold, which is, he was able to take, I don't know how many ounces. That's his I don't get into his personal business, but you could figure it out, right? At the time, whatever silver was to gold, you could probably figure out what it took for him to do that. Maybe 60 ounces, I'm guessing. He was able to trade that in and to get, it's about 50, 60, somewhere in there, I guess. That's how you figure it. And then so he was able to get a whole 1 ounce American Eagle gold. That made sense. And he still has a nice large stack of silver. So he took advantage of the opportunity. So now he said, well, if he would have waited, he'd have been able to get, trade in. It would have worked out better for him. True, but we don't know that. He didn't know that. Nobody knows that. So I don't see that's a bad play. Could it have been better? Sure. But who's got the crystal ball? I mean, where's the crystal ball? If you do call me, send a message with your crystal ball. That would be great. I don't have one. So, but he's still got silver that he can play with. So that's cool. And so now he may be looking at, now it's going to take 47 ounces, right, for him to get an ounce. So he may write it down and then take another stack of silver, convert it up to gold. So that's a smart play. But the reason why all this stuff is falling, is gold and silver is doing what it's doing, is because of this right here. The dollar, the dollar, U.S. dollar index, the Dixie. We call it Dixie. It's spelled DXY. The dollar is crashing. I mean, look at this. We've got an indicator here on the daily. Look at this. Let's look at it on the weekly. I mean, it's just been going, it's not good. Ever since right in here, which was, what is this, a week or so ago, it's been on a, it's really been falling down. No, this is a year ago. This is a year ago it's been going down. So, not good. And then this is on the hourly right here. And how could this be good? It's not good. So anyway, I'm Gen X Guy. For all you people new here, thanks for being here. Looks like I've got three viewers right now. I appreciate you being here. So every Wednesday, 2 o'clock Central, 3 Eastern, we're going to do this live stream. And right now, we're just going to talk about what's going on with metals, with crypto, with real estate, what's going on in the world, life. If I can help you in any way, just shout out to me. Hit any in the comments. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. We'll just open this up for Q&A. We'll do it every Wednesday. The channel's growing. I appreciate it. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. That's been a big goal milestone. I'm not far from it. If you guys would do me a favor, hit that like button and most importantly, the subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. That's, getting to that 1,000 mark is a big deal. And then it's 5,000, 10,000. Hopefully we just go straight to 10 and skip the 5. So anyway, I appreciate you guys being here. You guys really like the gold, silver stuff. I'm going to keep it coming. It wasn't necessarily my intention to turn this channel into a gold and silver, but it's a hot topic and I'm in it. I'm in the game on the physical side. Now, I do own some silver and gold miners and the silver junior miners. I have those ETFs. I've invested in those. And so I would recommend that it's up to you. You do you. But I think the miners, any precious metal mining, I think is going to do well. We're in a race for elements, metals, stuff. Mining in the world right now, if you haven't noticed. So not financial advice, you do you, but I'm just telling you what I'm doing on my side. That's where I see the opportunity is. So with all these prices and the demand, especially for silver, you got to know that there's a race to get this stuff. And with all the talk of Greenland, and it's full of natural resources and all sorts of minerals and elements and metals and whatnot. It's the chessboard is changing in real time. So yeah, gold on fire. This is the hour. I mean, let's look at silver. Silver's about to clip another all-time high. So what am I doing right now with gold and silver? I'm not buying silver right now. It's tough for me to pull the trigger on buying more silver right now. I am looking to buy more gold, physical gold, because it just, I think it's the better buy right now. And I've been through this with another asset, and it's no secret, okay? I used to be a year ago at plus. All right, let me back up. I got into crypto in 2020. Okay, actually 2021 is when so I've been in it for 5 years. I got into it. It's just kind of a funny story. I was coaching volleyball at the time, and we were at practice one evening, and a couple guys that were coaches. I was a coach. A couple other guys were coaches. We were having a break. We're coaching girls volleyball, high school level volleyball. And they were getting a water break, and we all coaches met up. And one of the guys was big into crypto. He says, man, can you believe Bitcoin? And at this time, Bitcoin was at like the mid-50s, all right? And it was about the February, March timeframe. And I had not invested in it yet. And being a tech guy was just really strange because you would have thought I'm an early adopter on almost everything, but I just didn't catch with me. I was busy growing businesses and doing what I was doing, and that was where my money and income was coming in. And I didn't have a ton to invest in it anyways at the time. So I don't beat myself up too much about it. Anyway, it was going nuts, right? And that's when I got into crypto, because they opened my eyes. I was like, I need to look into this. And that's what changed everything. And my whole investing journey, as a matter of fact, happened in 2020. And I've always invested, but it's when I really started getting serious, because I had a lot of money to invest at the time. I had saved up a good bit of money. I had built businesses up. I had cash to invest. So it kind of all lined up. And so I got into buying Bitcoin, and I bought it at the top at 69. Well, everybody thought as the year 2021 went, we got to Thanksgiving time frame and Christmas of 2021. I'll never forget it. We were at 69,000, and we were kind of hovering around there, and everybody's saying it's going to 1,000. We're going to 1,000. No question about it. We're going to 1,000. Well, we didn't get to 1,000. It kept bull trapping. We got bull trapped, faked us out, went back down. And then we went back up a little bit. Oh yeah, this is it. It's just temporary. We're going to 100,000. But it never happened. And it wasn't until a year later, I remember it, over the period of November, December of 2021, all the way to mid-December 2022 is when it went down. It went all the way down to mid-15s. And that was crazy. But I kept buying, and I started accelerating my buying. And then we've seen what's happened since then. We've gone all the way up to $126,000. And right now, for all of you that may want to know, Bitcoin is just chopping along at 89, 90,000. But where I'm going with this story is that it's easy to sit and watch this and watch it go up and think that it's up and to the right forever. It's easy to think that. You get euphoric. It just seems there's nothing stopping this. And even though we hear in the news, the demand in China and all this paper and there's not enough silver and the demand is so high and they're putting caps on it and they're putting minimums on how much you can. We're hearing all this stuff. It made it into the mainstream news. All of that. That is a telltale sign that you better keep your guard up. Things don't go up and to the right forever. Now, over time they do. And if you look at gold, if we go look at gold, over time, it does go up and to the right. This here time, it seemed like it never was. But if you now draw this trend line here, it is up and to the right here. I'm not going to draw the trend line, but there it is. I mean, you can see it up and to the right. Same with silver. We had this, and then it's drawdown, but look. I mean, wow, this is amazing. That's on the monthly chart, by the way. So look, in 1 month, look at that candle, that 1 month candle. We went from 70 to 116, 117. It's wild to see that. Here's the weekly chart. Here's the daily on silver. And then here's the hourly. And it looks like we're getting a little pump on silver right now. All you silver, hit me with a like. I see we got 2 viewers. Hit me with a comment. Let's do some Q&A. Got any questions? Let's hear it. Let's hear your questions if you have them. There's 2 here. I know there's 2 of you. It's got to be some people that have watched my channel. You got 3 in here. Hit me with some Q&A. So silver is tearing it up right now. Gold is too. Both are on fire. But I'm kind of stepping back right now from all this, and I'm willing to give up going in now. So people say it's going to 150. I'm willing to miss the trade and miss the buy because I don't buy paper silver and gold. I buy it physical, and so direct. And I don't trade it. This is a little thing here that I was talking about. Yeah, this. I think I may have talked about this before the live stream went live, but this stoic trader guy, he's been catching a lot of flack on X, and he's a digital guy. All right, so he predominantly, trades the digital world. We had 1,000 ounces of silver, physical silver that he bought, and he was going on X, and he's complaining about how he couldn't sell it. It was 20-30% below spot, and dealers wouldn't take it, refiners won't take it, and he was getting all mad. Did this post, and then I even chimed in, and I'm like, why are you trading physical silver and gold? I mean, it's the people buy physical silver and gold, they're not buying it to trade it or swing trade it or nanosecond trade it. They're buying it to hold it and hope they never need it. It's for a SHTF situation. I invest in metals, hopefully because I don't ever have to use it. As crazy as that sounds. But yeah, this one right here. This was the one that got me. Most silver stackers aren't investors. They're doomsday preppers with a buy button and no exit plan. But when the dollar collapses, is what the bugs will say. Brother, and then he says, brother, if the dollar collapses, nobody trading you groceries for your shiny rectangles. They're taking them. Okay. All right. Whatever. If that's the case, then why are all these countries jockeying silver and gold all over the world right now and stockpiling it? And then I say, come try and take it. FAFO. Yeah, you're not getting my gold and silver. I'll be dead before that happens. So, got 3 in here. 3 watching. Hit that like button for me. Give me ask a question. Do a little Q&A. What's your burning questions right now? So I thought that was pretty good, but yeah, we're in an interesting time right now, without a doubt. With what's going on with precious metals, and it's crazy. I mean, silver's wanting to break out an all-time high again. We may do it today. I appreciate all you guys that have subscribed to the channel. Got a great year ahead. Making some changes, some updates. I'm really investing in the channel. Trying to figure out what the direction's going to be. I've gained a lot of subscribers and a lot of traction off the gold and silver stuff. It was not my intention to make this channel be all about gold and silver, but I'm into all of it. And if you're a gold, silver, just purist, and you just think Bitcoin and digital assets are a complete laughable joke, I'm sorry. I'm into that too. I'm into all sorts of assets. And if you've watched my videos, you probably know I don't discriminate. I'm not prejudiced against assets. Because the reality of it is that they've done well. And so, in all different forms. And look, I wasn't anti-gold, silver. The futures of Bitcoin is digital assets. I mean, that's the next evolution. That's the new internet. That's the new financial system. That's where we're headed. So for all of you that are, you can't believe that Gen X guy, well, I don't get it. How do you do that? It's okay. It's okay to be in multiple things. So just imagine this. Just imagine if back in December of 2022, you bought Bitcoin at 15, 16,000. All right, and you bought 1 or 2 Bitcoin. Say you had $15,000, $30,000 and you bought 2 Bitcoin, 1 or 2 Bitcoin. And you rode it all the way up to $125,000, $126,000, or even now you still hold it to this day. That's $180,000. If you had two of them, that's $180,000. Just think of all the gold that you could buy with that if you converted that back into gold and silver. So, I don't look at it as not an or. You can have more than one. And look, I was one of those people too, and I pivoted. I changed. I changed my thinking on it about it. It was over a year ago, year and a half ago. I bought silver and gold. I told my wife, I was like, you know what? We had some, but not enough to matter, to move the world at all. And so, look, we might catch an all-time high of silver on this stream. I'm on the 15-minute now. Let's go to the 5-minute. Look at that. Oh, we gonna get it? We're close. Are we gonna get the all-time high on silver on the live stream, on the Gen X live stream? Are we going to hit it? We're close. It's wanting to hit it. We're so close. Oh, I think we're going to get it. We are so close. If you're looking at this top number here, once that green number gets to that top number, it'll start printing new high. Let's peek at gold real quick. We're both of them are right neck and neck. Oh, we hit it. We hit a new all-time high on silver. Congratulations. Oh, now it's probably going to go face melting. Oh, let's check gold. Looks like gold may have hit it. I think we may have hit a new all-time high today, just a bit ago. Gold and silver are both making new all-time highs right now as we speak on this live stream. Got 3 on here. Hit that like button if you would. Hit me a question in the live chat. We're going to do these live streams every Wednesday, 2 o'clock Central, 3 Eastern. The Gen X live stream, where I bring you the unfiltered truth about tech, money, and life. I'm here to help. So the vision of my channel is I'm here to help Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Z navigate tech, money, and life. I'm 52. I've been in tech, and I've been in real estate, and I've been in money, and I've definitely been in life a while. And if I can help, and even boomers out there, if you're a boomer, give me a like if you're a boomer. I don't know if a boomer may not want to get too much advice from a Gen X, but hey, we're open to everybody here. I've got a lot of experience, and I'm going to tell it to you in truth, all right? I don't sugarcoat it. My wife says I need to add the no BS in there. Maybe I do, because I'm a no BS kind of guy. I call it like it is, good or bad. So thanks for you tuning in. I got 3 viewers. Look, if I have to do these live streams with just a few, that's fine. We'll do them every Wednesday and see if we can't build some momentum. Wednesdays, 2 o'clock Central. Bring your questions. Let's chat. Hit me in the chat if you would. Say hi in the chat. I'm guessing I need to I got this little, I've got my little icon down there. What if I did this? How about that? My little Gen X guy, GXG icon down there. I have that on all my videos. It's sitting on top of me. So we'll just move it to the left. I appreciate you guys being in here. I appreciate all my new subscribers to the channel. Thank you very much. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What do we have going on here? What is this? So we hit a new high and it's going to pull back. So, yeah, I mean, it's getting euphoric. Could it go to 150, 200? Yes, it can. And it wouldn't shock me if it did. I'm just going to wait for we're bound to get a pretty strong pullback. And I'm keeping my eyes and ears open. But I will tell you this. When this is going on, okay, look, we look at the 3 best performing assets of pretty much. Bitcoin has not done well against gold and silver, or I believe the S&P. It's not had a bad 2025, okay? But I've been in this game long enough to know that when you think it's up and to the right forever, that's a warning sign that you may want to think. Now, if you're a physical holder, you don't care. You don't care if it comes down, goes up. You're in it for the long haul. It doesn't matter to you. You're not trading it. You're not swing trading it. You're not nanosecond trading it, day trading it, whatever. You're in it for the long haul, so you don't care. But if I'm going to buy more physical, I'm waiting for it to come down before I do that. See what the gold-silver ratio is doing. Yep, holding in there, 45. So yeah, I'm not into just quick trading it, so I'm waiting for it to come down. But I'll tell you what I am looking at. And if there's some of you metal people out there that hate the digital world, all right, that can't stand the Bitcoin, my goal on this channel is to maybe make you open your eyes a little bit and think that, maybe it's not a bad idea to at least have some Bitcoin. Because look at what's happened to gold and silver. If you've been holding on to gold and silver for years, look at what's just happened to you. You could have easily said, this is junk, whatever, gotten rid of it. But look, you're being rewarded for it. I firmly believe that you will see $1 million Bitcoin one day. Why? Because there's only 21 million of them. That's it. Finite number. And that we do know. We don't know how much gold and silver there's in the earth. We have an idea, but we don't know for 100% certainty. And we just found out not long ago that there was some gold and silver that we didn't know that's been discovered. So anything can happen. But I will tell you this. I'm watching this really hard right now. This Bitcoin. Because this thing has been chopping along here and holding its head up. I mean, you're talking about, this is when we hit this all-time high in here, which is back in October. And if you look here, this going back to just December, we've just kind of been chopping around here from, call it low. We got down to low 80s all the way up to mid-upper 90s. So we're kind of chopping in this 80-90 range. It's been consolidating for a while. And I'll tell you this, all you gold and silver people out there, I love you. I love the gold silver. I'm with you. I love it. But if you don't think this paper money, the physical, it's not, nobody trading their physical in for Bitcoin, okay? I'm not even doing that, all right? I'm not doing that. When I buy physical metals, I'm buying them to lock them up put them in a dry, cool space, and that's it. And I'm sitting on it and hoping we never have to use it for an emergency and letting it build up value. However, if you for a second don't think that these the paper, silver, and gold, all right, that's out there. Let me see if I can. Yeah, right here. Let's pull this one up. Right here. This is iShares Silver Trust, okay? If you don't think, now this is futures. This is the Silver Trust for iShares. If you don't for 1 second think that money is not going to be rotating out of this, or profits are going to be taken and put into this, you're crazy. And let me tell you something. This is a $1.7 trillion asset right now. $1.78 trillion asset, Bitcoin, right now. Okay? And as we look here. Look at this. This is $44 trillion in those two metals. If you don't think that this money is going to come out of this, so it's not all of it, okay? No, I'm not silly. I'm not going to be silly. There's not going to be some rotation out of this into this right here. I'm just telling you. You could be seeing it happen. Is it going to happen today? Probably not. A week? Maybe not. Month or so? Could. Right now, Bitcoin is just, it's 1.7. And let me tell you something. I've been in this crypto game for 5 years. It's not going to take very much of this money or this money to come into this money and make this price go through the roof. It's not going to take much liquidity to drive this thing to the moon. I'm just telling you right now. Not going to take much at all. So there is a lot of capital, a lot of liquidity in these two assets right here. And all it has to take is just a little bit of it. And you got to know that there's a lot of corn holders, the corn holders down here, that have been buying gold and silver for the past however many months, and they're gonna end up taking the profit. And guess where they're headed with it? Over here, and it's not going to take much to run this thing up. I've been around long enough to see how that game works. Because it's going to chase the next narrative. And right now, the narrative is not Bitcoin. Nobody wants to talk about Bitcoin. But guess who's buying Bitcoin? The whales. The whales are buying the Bitcoin right now en masse. You say, well, if they're buying it, why isn't the price going up? Because they don't buy it on the market, retail market. They don't go into Coinbase and Kraken and their crypto exchanges. They don't go in there and buy it because they're whales. They buy it OTC, which stands for over the counter. And how do they do that? They call up Kraken, they call up Coinbase, they call up Gemini, and they say, I've got $100 million. I want to buy how the market price of Bitcoin right now. They work a deal. There's a middleman involved. Usually the exchange makes a portion of a percent on doing the deal. They put the money in escrow. They send the Bitcoin over. It's all intermediaries. And then they train the money. They send the Bitcoin, and it's deal done. And they do that so it doesn't affect the price. Because can you imagine if Michael Saylor, when he buys Bitcoin, he's not going on on Coinbase and buying it, okay? He's going to Coinbase's OTC desk and the exchanges or whoever holds it and doing deals backdoor to get it at the market price, because if he buys it, it runs the price up. If he buys it market and he's buying it, the clips that he's buying it at, which we're talking about hundreds of millions, billion-dollar clips, it would run the price of Bitcoin up against himself. So as he's buying, he's just paying more and more and more and more for it. He doesn't want to do that. It will affect the price massively. So what does he do? He goes behind the doors and says, and to Coinbase and whoever the big holders are, and says, "Hey, I want to buy 1,000 Bitcoin. Okay, well the current value is 90 grand. All right, do the math. 90 grand times 1,000 Bitcoin. There you go. All right, send us the money. Put it in this escrow account. All right, here's your Bitcoin." And that's it, done. And people say, "Well, why doesn't the price go up?" Because there was agreed upon current retail market price, whatever it's trading for right now. So I'll give you an example. If I had money right now, I wanted to buy a bunch of Bitcoin. I want to buy 1,000 Bitcoin right now. All right. I'm looking at that price right there. All right, you guys can't see it. Let's do it this way. Right here. All right. Corn, 88,763. And I want to buy 1,000 Bitcoin right now. I'm calling up Coinbase right now, or Kraken, or whoever I know has the supply, because the exchanges have the supply. And I'm going to say, all right, I want to buy 1,000 of them, and that's because I can't do simple math. That's $88,783 worth. Well, Kraken, Coinbase, the exchanges, the OTC desks aren't going to do it for free. They're brokering the transaction. So there's probably some sort of, I don't know, 0.5%, 0.25%, I don't know what it would be. And they make a cut, and then they take the cash, the 88 million, and then they send over the Bitcoin to the secure wallet. And it's done. And it happens behind the scenes as to not affect the price. Same way goes on selling it. You would not want to sell it on the market, on Coinbase. You're not going to go sell $100 million of Bitcoin on the open market on Coinbase. You're going to destroy the price. You're going to keep paying. It's just going to keep paying, getting less and less for it, because it's the order book's just getting chewed down. That's not how it works. That's why you don't see the price move. But these whales are buying it right now. I'm telling you, they are loading up on Bitcoin right now because they know. And it wouldn't shock me to find out that the United States government and other sovereign nations that are pro-Bitcoin are gobbling it up right now. We're just not hearing about it. Because, why? Because gold and silver is getting all the attention right now. Nobody cares about Bitcoin right now. Nobody cares. But look, the best time to invest in assets is when nobody cares. And that's exactly what's going on right now. So I'm buying Bitcoin right now. Why? Because nobody cares. Because it's down. Because the people, it's dead. It's got digital magic money. If you can't hold it, you don't own it. Yeah, that whole thing. Well, guess what? I'm letting the euphoria happen on gold and silver right now. I'm laying back and I'm buying corn right now. And then what? We'll see. We'll see what happens. But you know what? It's cool for us investors. You got to look at it as a good thing. It's a good thing for us. Why is it a good thing for us? Because it's not like we just have one asset. We've got gold, silver, Bitcoin. We've got we got palladium and platinum, but those aren't as liquid as gold and silver. I mean, I don't have any palladium or platinum. I've thought about getting some platinum, but I mean, I like the way gold and silver work. You know, it reminds me of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, for all you metal people, give you a little bit of the digital world. Bitcoin is more like gold, store of value. People say, well, what does Bitcoin do? Well, you can send it just as you can give gold and silver to somebody. Same with Bitcoin. You can send it. It has utility, limited utility. I don't think you're going to see Bitcoin being used for transactions. It's too slow. The network's slow. It's not built for that. It's built for, I know there's other, layer 2 solutions and stuff that they're doing to make new transactions. I don't believe in that. I like Bitcoin just the way it is. Just let it be a store of value. Let it be the most decentralized network, so secure network in the world. Let it just be what it is. And then Ethereum is like silver to me. It's more transactional based. That's for the same reason why the GSR, like my brother-in-law, he took some of his silver and he traded it up into gold. Because he's building up his gold and then he's going to buy the silver, right? Right now, it makes more sense to either trade your silver up to gold or just buy gold. Don't buy silver. Why? Because it's more euphoric, running up a lot harder, a lot higher than gold is. So you want to just go do gold. Now, gold's going up a lot too, but when you see that ratio, let's get back to this ratio here. Yeah, when you see this going down, that means silver is very strong against gold. Now, they're both going up together, but the rate of pace, the rate of growth is silver is outpacing gold. That's why the GSR is going down. So I'm either going to buy Bitcoin or buy gold or trade silver into gold. Now, I don't have enough silver. I do actually, but I don't have. If I had 10,000 ounces of silver, I would be looking to trade that up into gold, but I don't. I don't have enough to make it matter much. I've got a nice little pile of both, and I'm looking at adding to Bitcoin, adding to gold. For me, that's what works for me right now. Hit that like button. Who's on this live stream right now? Hit me in the chat. Let me know who it is. Say hey. I'll say hi back. Hope y'all are doing well. Thanks for being here. I need to figure out how long I've been on this live chat. Let me see if I can find it. How long? It's 2 o'clock, so about an hour, but heck, there's at least 10, 15 minutes of it. You couldn't even hear me. I wasn't live. I didn't hit the live button. I apologize too for some of y'all that came like, all right, 2 o'clock, Gen X guy, where you at? I'm sorry. I'm the live streaming stuff. I'm still kind of getting my bearings straight. But this is why we're going to do them on Wednesdays. All right, let's pivot. Let's talk about real estate. It sucks. Real estate sucks. I've been in it for a long time. Mainly the land side of real estate. I think you got sellers that are depressed. They're pulling their property off the market. I think buyers are in affordability shock. I think the reason why we're seeing the massive number of contracts that last saw the stat, I don't even know if I even have it in here. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. Sellers outnumbering buyers by 47% in December of 2025, the largest gap since Redfin began collecting the data in 2013. I mean, that's just... We're out of whack, folks. We're out of whack. Big time. With real estate. But I think what you're going to see is you're going to see it continue to go down. I don't think it's going to be fast. I think it's still, and I'm seeing it. We're in the Nashville market here, and I've been paying attention to house and land both, and they're not trending up right now. They're trending down, and I think you're going to see that continue to go down. People have low rates. They don't want to let go of their low rate. Nobody's buying anyway. We have an affordability crisis. in this country with real estate. Everybody's scrambling around, including the Trump administration, trying to figure out how the Gen Zs are going to afford a home and live in the American dream. I got news for you. It's a terrible idea to take retirement money and buy a home. If you don't have the cash saved up and put a down payment, regardless of what the price of the house is and how much it's gone up, you have no business buying it. Just rent. Just rent. Exercise delayed gratification as long as you can. Rent and invest every dollar you can with an emergency nest egg of about 6 months. You have no business. Why you're paying? Not only are you going to, if you take your 401k or your IRA and you use that for a down payment on the house, you're paying taxes on the gain and you're paying a 10% penalty for pulling the money out. Now, I did have somebody comment on one of my videos about this subject a week or so ago, and he was from California, and him and his wife, they did take money out of their 401k to buy investment property, one of which they lived in for a period of time, and he said that they've done great on that move. That is the exception, not the rule. All right, there are situations where you can make the math work and the numbers work to where they did it. It wasn't their primary residence. Okay, it was it was an investment. They ended up living in it in one of their investments. Kind of like a builder. And a builder goes and invests money in building houses to sell them to people looking to buy houses. Well, a lot of times builders will live in it for a while and then sell it to somebody else. Kind of the same thing. And they did well. But you also have to keep in mind they did this in 2000. Totally different ball game than what we have now. Back then, they were buying a house. He said it was like 140 grand in San Francisco. I mean, what? Even then, I was shocked. You can buy something that cheap in San Francisco back then? I mean, that thing's worth probably $1 million, $2 million easy now. Easy. But the dollar went a long way. And when you come and you look at this, and you come down here and get the Dixie pulled up, for all of you like Dixie, what is Dixie? And you hear people talking about the dollar, it's losing value, it's tanking right now. Well, why? Here's your chart to look that up. The DXY. It's tanking. Look at here, just in the past couple days, falling off a cliff. The dollar is losing value so fast, which is why silver and gold and Bitcoin and these hard assets are flying, because we've lost faith in our government and they're just printing money into oblivion. And we're in debt. We're so far in debt. We just print money, debt, just who gives a damn? They just keep printing it. It's just ridiculous. And what do you get? You get this right here. This is what you get right here. So, your money back then when you buy real estate go a whole lot further. I mean, the dollar had value. I mean, it meant something. You know when all of this started? George W. Bush. I'll never forget it. We bought our house in Georgia in 2005, and at the time we paid $477 for it. $477,000 for a 6,000 square foot house. And my wife and I thought it was the stupidest thing ever on the planet. We are just, what have we done? What have we bit off here? At that time, it was like owning $1 million home. I mean, now that's a starter home, if you're lucky. I'll never forget it. And then we get in the house, we get settled, we have our first kid, our daughter, and then 08 happens. And we bail the banks out. We have the whole mortgage fiasco unloads on us. And what do? At the time, I remember it was $800 to $900 billion. We bailed out Goldman Sachs, Chase, all of them. We bailed them out. We bailed out Ford. We bailed out GM, I think. There were more. All the companies we bailed out. It was just under $1 trillion. It's like $889 billion, I think. I will never forget it. And at the time, we thought, holy crap, look at all this money. What that is, and now that's chump change. That's nothing. We're throwing around $4 and $5 trillion like it's nothing now to bail the companies out. It's ridiculous. Unbelievable. And that's when it all started. When we we're going to bail people out, and that's when it all started. That's when our debt situation started. So what's that been? 17 years ago? And look at how now we're 39 trillion in debt. Let's see. Look at that. That's our debt right now. How silly is that? Let me find. There's one I've seen that U.S. debt clock. This is it. Yeah, there we go. Let's look at this one. I mean, really? I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is just ridiculous. 38,666 trillion. Look, every citizen in the United States owes $112,000. That's $356,000 debt per taxpayer. I mean, this is just citizen. And then these are the people that actually pay taxes. So, congratulations to me. I owe $355,000. Isn't that wonderful? What a joke. Oh, look, government, federal spending. They just can't help themselves. Look at it, $7 trillion. Budget deficit, $1.7 trillion. Now, here's some good news. Tariff revenue, that's nice. That's $372 billion. So at least that we got that going for us. That's nice. I need to bookmark this. I mean, it's just unbelievable when I look at this. How? How do we get ourselves into this mess? And you got to know this isn't going to end well. How's this going to end well? It can't. Which, hence, why we got this. Which is why this is happening. Golly. Thanks, everyone, joining. I appreciate it. We're going to do these live streams every Wednesday, 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. For all of those who have come in, thank you much. I appreciate it. We've been doing streaming for a little over an hour now. Probably getting close to wrapping it up. But I'll hang here for anybody else coming along. Hit that like button, if you would. We got 2 people watching. Who are you? Say hi in the chat, if you would. Anybody in the chat. What is gold and silver going to do? So we got some conversations here. We've got gold, silver. Do I think it's going to keep going up? I do. But it's not going to just be perfect. I don't think it's just going to go up perfectly. We got Bitcoin chomping along. Let's see what the markets are doing. Let's see the markets. Well, best way to do it is over here. NASDAQ. Doing okay. NASDAQ's up 40. Dow's up 12. S&P pretty much flat. So a so-so market day. Hit me with a question. Let's talk about it. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Gen X guy here. Started this channel back in September 9th, 2025. It was my anniversary with my wife. And I sat here at my desk, this actual desk I'm sitting at right now, and I looked over and I saw the camera sitting there, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go shoot a video today. And that's what started the channel. So I've been doing it now for 4 months. About 70 videos, I think. Some about life, some about real estate, some about tech. And that's what the channel is about. Gen X guy, where I give you the unfiltered truth about tech, money, and life. And so I'm here to help the Gen X, the Millennials, and the Gen Z navigate life, money, and tech. That's what I'm here to do. I got two Gen X I'm sorry, not Gen X. I got two Gen Z daughters. One 19, one 16. Actually, no. 120 and 116. Our oldest just turned 20. Not long ago. A couple weeks ago. And so, a lot of this advice I give to them to try to help them. The Gen Zs are getting screwed in this game. They don't get the American dream. I just saw a stat too. Maybe I have it in here. Let's see if I have it. It was about alcohol sales, and that the alcohol sales are plummeting right now. And they're attributing it to the Gen Z not buying it. The Gen Zs are more into health. That's kind of living a more healthy life. And so, and they're saying, some of the Gen Zs came in on the comment. I need to start bookmarking more of these when I see them. But talking about how they can't afford it. I mean, can't even afford to live, much less drink. So yeah, it's things are very interesting now. Times have changed. So if you're a Gen Xer, or even a boomer for that matter, my dad may be on this stream right now. My dad, he's 70. I won't say 76, Dad, if you're on this stream right now. I don't want to give you 77. I think you might be, but I'm going to give you 76 just so I get it. Matter of fact, let's just go with 75 just to be safe. I forget. But anyway, if there's any boomers, my dad, he's a boomer, and he's listening to me a little bit anyway. He taught me for so many years, and now I'm trying to teach him back and about a lot of this money and investing and digital assets and Bitcoin and all this other stuff. Got 3 people on the channel right now on the stream. I appreciate you. Hit that like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. We do these live streams every Wednesday, 2 o'clock Central, 3 Eastern, from here out. Started today is the first one. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We're looking at the debt. We're talking about gold and silver. What's it going to do? We're talking about the markets. We're talking about, let's see. We saw gold and silver hit new all-time highs right here on the stream today. It happened. We set a new all-time high. And it's pulled back since then, just a little bit. And we talked about the Dixie, the DXY, and why that's important. And if you're hearing all this talk about DXY tanking in the dollar, The dollar losing value. This is the chart that you look at right here. DXY. So, yeah. Stocks that did well today, let's look at them. Some ETFs did well. Not much. It looks like a mix. Nvidia did all right today. Let's have some random stuff in here. On crypto side, Clash. George. Cryptos R Us. George. His project. Clash Picks. He's having a heck of a day getting ready to launch Clash Picks. People are liking it. Corn's chopping along. Better watch corn. That's all I'm going to say. Get you some corn. Better look out. If y'all haven't learned by now, Bitcoin doesn't care about me and you. And when it decides it's going to go, it's going to go. And it's going to be violent. It's going to go up fast. Who are the two on the live stream right now? All right, guys. We'll wrap this one up today. This is the first one. Well, I've actually done a few more, but they were months ago. But this is the start of the new Gen X Guy live stream every Wednesday, 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to do them one every week. And if it has to go slow, then it goes slow. So be it. I'll sit here and do them until we get a critical mass. And we've got more stuff to talk about. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm the Gen X Guy. I'm here to give you the unfiltered truth about tech, money, and life. I appreciate all you people who've subscribed. If you catch this video after it's streamed, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Even hit that notification bell so you can hear from me, assuming that you want to hear from me. I'd appreciate it. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning, for all of you who tuned in and had 7 people view. It's got to start somewhere, but I'm willing to commit hour or two of time on Wednesdays to Q&A. I don't have any specific topics here on this live stream, just Q&A, and maybe we'll start making it the typical tech, money, and life. You know, talk about gold and silver, talk about Bitcoin, talk about real estate, talk about life hacks, stories. I could tell you all sorts of stories. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. I appreciate you. Until next time, next Wednesday, 2 o'clock Central, 3 Eastern Time, we'll see you on the next one. Gen X Guy out. Later.